Hello, everyone. My name is Michael Kanalakis, and welcome back to our podcast.
Hello, everybody. It's Elijah Vigo. Welcome back to the New Era Jets. Today, we'll talk about free agency, who we signed so far, and some predictions we got for free agency coming up.
So I think it's important we start off first with congratulations to Sherwood.
Definitely.
Re-signed him to what was it, 3 year, 45
Forward.
mil?
Yep, 30 million
Yeah,
guaranteed.
30 mil guaranteed. I think that was a great deal for him. I saw a couple fans kind of questioning it because he did pop off 1 year, but I think he'll be great for us. I do obviously think this means C.J. Mosley's gone, which we talked about in the last
Mm,
podcast, but Quincy and Sherwood, I mean, Sherwood caught the whole league on notice last year, so I'm really happy about that move, and I think it's going to be great for our interior defense next year.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, like I said, it hurts to say Mosley, unless Mosley's willing to take a
Yeah, he's going to have
big
to take
pay
a
cut.
huge pay cut.
I wouldn't mind because we could use three linebackers. I mean,
Oh yeah, it's just a rotational piece.
yeah, and yeah. The only thing I'm worried about the Sherwood is because like I guarantee you Quincy's gonna either he's gonna want a new contract, he's gonna hold out because he's getting really. I believe he's making about 6 million per year.
He's making a cheap,
Yeah, for
which
a
is
player.
yeah, I could see.
Yeah,
That's my only worry is if, especially if this season doesn't go the way we want it to, and we're looking at another down year, he could easily pull out on us and just hold out, and then we're back to square A again. So
yeah,
I'm hoping none of that stuff comes up, but
yeah,
I guess time will tell.
mm, yeah, and hopefully we get something done soon. I think you think he might make more than Sherwood or maybe like just a little bit less,
I
maybe
think
same amount,
so. What Sherwood's getting 15 mil a year.
and then maybe Quincy I don't know 16, 14.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably between
Mm,
that 14, 16. Like he
yeah,
could, it could be one of those things. We'll give you 16 mil a year just so you kind of get that extra value. But I would not go more than six because then you're paying your linebackers 30 mil a year.
yeah. And we got a lot of other people to pay.
Mm.
But he's both him and Quincy Sherwood are phenomenal linebacker duo. We said about Mosley and Quincy last year, and then
And the
Mosley,
Sherwood came in for the injured
yeah,
Mosley and earned his spot. That's all he did.
yeah. All right, speaking about free agents, let's talk about the big one, Justin Fields,
JF1, QB1.
QB1. He signed for a 2 year, 40 million, and what is it, 30 million guaranteed.
I think it's a great deal.
Yeah. At first, I was shocked because I thought it was gonna be like a 1 year prove it deal,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, it shows that like Glenn sees him as the starting quarterback, sees all
Exactly.
the
The
potential.
trust is there.
Yeah, and he played him and Garrett have a really good connection. I even forgot about this. He played with Rucker too. I
Yeah, I
forgot.
know. I was seeing that all over Twitter.
Yeah, I mean Rucker hasn't been too much of a good tight end. No offense, but like he
Hey,
still has a lot.
maybe Justin Fields could bring it out of him.
Yeah, yeah, he still has a lot of potential. He's going to the last year of his contract, so we'll see how he does. But I just
think it,
love the deal.
I think it adds great. I mean, great value at least to the run game. Like I do
Yeah.
think part of me is like not trying to get too excited because Fields has shown signs like we've seen, but it's not this also end of the thing where it's like this is like the best QB the New York Jets have ever got. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like you
Yeah.
have to come in and earn it and prove that he can lead us. But I will say with him in that backfield with Brees Hall and Braylon Allen, and we have a reamped O line, and who knows
Hmm.
if we're getting Tyler Warren or a big tight end up front who could block, and you could also add that into the RPO game. Like I think our running game is gonna jump to a whole different level, which as
Hmm.
we haven't experienced as Jet fans in a while. So I'm very excited to see how that kind of translates into the season, and then like you said, the receiver room needs some
Mm,
help, but
yeah, definitely.
my opinion, I think we're in the midst right now of working on a receiver trade,
Yeah,
hopefully for someone like Olave. So we'll see.
I was gonna say that because I'm surprised by now. We should have signed at least one receiver.
That's
Like,
what I'm saying. I mean, today's been kind of dry, so my hope at least is there's something going on behind the scenes. We're on the phone with other teams
yeah,
trying to get a trade going.
I think I personally think I'm hoping to get something in by tonight. I'm
I
thinking,
think something should be because
mhm,
then tomorrow at what is it? Tomorrow at 3 Eastern is when everything's finalized. Like these
yeah,
trades and free agent signings can go through.
yeah. Well, I would be surprised.
Speaking of
Oh,
another free agency,
oh yeah,
how about Andre Cisco 1 year 10 mil?
oh yeah.
I,
Born and raised in New York.
so far okay, the Justin Fields one, I feel like it was kind of expected, But
obviously.
the Cisco pick so far is my favorite of our free agency.
Yeah.
I just watching through his highlights. He's a hard hitter. He's a ball
Mhm.
hawk. He knows how to play the game. Like I'm very excited to have him back there.
Yeah. Well, I was excited too. He was born in Queens. He's from New
Hmm.
York. I don't know if he
Syracuse.
was a Jets fan. Oh yeah, Syracuse. Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
sure if he's a Jets fan, but obviously he probably watched the Jets, and it's a
Exactly.
perfect move. I
It's
didn't even
huge.
I didn't even know he's a free agent. If I'm being honest, I didn't
No,
realize.
I was looking through when I got the alert yesterday on Twitter. I was like, I didn't. I was like, why were the Jags letting him go?
Oh, I had no idea he was a free agent. I thought he like maybe
Mhm.
was a trade or something, but I mean I was hoping for a person like Justin Reed. He just signed with the
Yeah, I
Saints
know.
today.
How much did he sign with the Saints for today? Was it 12 million?
I'm not sure, but the whole thing was like 30 million,
Yeah,
3 years.
okay, yeah, it was probably 10 then. Which
Yeah.
I mean, we missed out on it, but I do think Cisco will fit perfect. I think the defense that Wilkes is going to try to build for us, I think someone like Cisco
Mhm.
fits in that perfectly.
Yeah. I believe we're gonna blitz a lot too this year because I'm
Yeah, I
pretty
saw
sure.
our blitz rate was going to, because our
Yeah,
blitz rates have been down, haven't they?
yeah. Because Auburn never liked the blitz a lot,
No.
but I think he'll be a good blitzing safety. I seen his highlights. Yo, he hits hard.
Mm-hmm.
Like this morning, I'd seen I don't know if you've seen the clip of him like hitting Smith Schuster.
Yep.
He had the ball, boom. Woo.
Dude, he got called for so many unnecessary roughnesses in
Yeah,
college, even in the NFL level, but he reminds me of that early Jamal Adams. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
I love Jamal Adams' early years on the Jets for those exact reasons, where he didn't care really. He was one of those dudes who was holding back. Like, he's gonna go out there and lay the boom, and that was something we were lacking on defense. I mean, what the closest thing we had to it in terms of secondary last year was what, Ashton Davis,
yeah.
RP Ashton Davis,
And he's now on the Dolphins.
right to the Dolphins, of course, right
Uh,
across the rivals.
what is a 1 year deal?
Yeah, he signed. Oh no, he signed 2 year 8 mil, I think.
Oh, really? Wow. They're
Yeah,
taking all Jets players, and it just took Zach Wilson as a backup QB.
I know.
Knowing two his injury history, he's going to start a few games for sure.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's what I was saying. Is you bring in someone like Zach Wilson with a QB who has all this history. Like we might
Then you
be
got
going against
Tyreek
Zach
Hill.
Wilson next year. You never know.
Mm. Then you got Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and that new guy who's I think he's fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I buy another free agent. I got at first. I'm not. I'm gonna say with all respect. I'm not saying he's bad. I mean, like Brandon Stevens. I mean,
So
as
let's
Jets
okay,
fans,
let's
as Jets
just
fans.
let's keep it as it is. Let's keep it real.
All right, as
Every
Jets
Jet
fans.
fan I think reacted the
Mhm.
exact same way, where it was like I looked at it first and I was like, "Am I thinking of the right dude?" And then I
Yeah.
turned on the film and I was thinking of the right dude.
Yeah.
No disrespect to him.
Yeah.
He had it. He had it down here. We're welcoming you in. I hope Glenn and this defense, brings out the best of you. I think him going across from Sauce will help. But, stats are stats, facts are facts.
Yeah.
He got targeted last year.
A lot.
Times. He was arguably one of the worst corners in the league. So for me, I wasn't too thrilled about it, especially 3 years. It's our biggest contract besides Sherwood. So, I mean, 3 years, 36 mil, it's iffy. But I did see something. They were talking about maybe the idea of moving him to strong safety.
Oh yeah, he plays. He can play safety and corner too.
That's not because if you watch, I mean, I was watching a lot of his film obviously after I saw these Jet fans
Mm-hmm.
flaming him on Twitter.
Me too.
Yes, his coverage is not the best, but
Mm.
he is a decently hard hitter. And
Yeah.
he kind of went through the same thing Sauce went through last year, where they kind of struggled a little bit with tackling. But I feel like with how big that contract is, I feel like Glenn has a vision of kind of moving him maybe through the safety spot.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. I don't know, but even if we left him at corner, I don't think it's I don't think it's like, oh, we messed up horribly. Like I think it could
Mhm.
work, but it is one of those. It's a fact. We took a risk. That's all it is. We took a risk.
Yeah. Yeah. Like as Jets fans, you should know like the New York media we're hard on our players, but
Mhm.
I mean if they give him a big contract, maybe they see all the potential.
Exactly. He is
Yeah.
young. I will say
Yeah,
that.
he's so young.
That's the thing with all these players. They're all young. So I do like the vision. Glenn is, they're approaching this idea of. I saw something yesterday, even before this free agency. If you just look at the core of our team, like Brees, Sauce, everyone, like we're 20. What Braylon Allen's 21.
Yeah,
We're
he's
like
just in 21.
21 to like 27 is like the core of our team.
Yeah.
So, like that part's great. Is like we are building a young thing, but now it's the idea of adding these other pieces to kind of bring it all back together. So I mean, I like the pickup. I'm a little worried about it, but I think it'll all work out.
Yeah,
I just
yeah,
want to see where they after the draft. I think we'll kind of get a better understanding if he's going to maybe get put in at safety or we're going to leave him at DB and then we have someone
mhm.
coming in at safety.
Yeah. Time will tell. We'll see how he plays, but I want to see him play good. Like I'd love to see him play good. I
Hmm.
think like the reason why he struggled a lot, I think it's because like I believe he was like if not the top three, top five most targeted corner
Yeah, he
because
was.
like
They were. I mean, look at that defense he was on, though. You know, that
yeah,
is a good thing too. That's a good fact.
yeah, because he who was a Humphrey,
You had
then
Humphreys, Kyle Hamilton.
and then they had a other no
Oh,
the
Nate
other safety
Wiggins
they
was a
bench.
Nate Wiggins, right? He
Oh
was a
yeah, I
rookie.
forgot about him. Yeah, him too.
Nate
And
Wiggins was
then
a rookie, and he was good as. He was so good this last year.
who's that safety they benched mid season? He used to play for the Saints. He's the one that's known for the Stephon Diggs play where he missed a tackle. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm blanking on the
Diggs,
name.
sideline, touchdown. Like the guy,
Yeah,
he could tackle. He just dived and just completely missed.
I can't think.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't,
I can't think of his
name not popping up.
name.
But he got benched mid-season, so and he
Yeah,
replaced him with like a pretty. He did a good job, in my opinion. I don't know
you
his
know, I
name,
saw.
but
I mean, I think every Jet fan was kind of the same way. Where
yeah,
you saw it. You look at 3 years, 36 mil, and for a team that has so many holes to fill, it did seem like an overpay at the time. And like I
mhm,
said, only time will tell if we did overpay. But I'm gonna trust in the new coaching staff and hope they have a clear vision here, and hope they're building something outside of just going all in on these 4 picks. So
yeah,
I think over time, I think it'll work out for sure.
yeah. And also no disrespect, if Kinlaw can get 15 million per year after a not statistically good season,
Hmm.
then he can get that contract
Yeah,
too.
yeah. No disrespect to Ken Law, but
Yeah,
his
we're not saying anything bad. We're just like
his agent deserves a fat raise.
yeah,
A raise.
yeah, for sure. And same for Reddick. I
Hmm.
believe it was a one, even though it was a 1 year, it was like 14 million.
14 mil.
After like
And all, no disrespect. Best of
yeah,
luck to Ken Law. Best of luck to Reddick. Best of luck to all
mhm,
these Jets leaving our team. It's just when they were with us, it wasn't really the best time.
yeah,
I didn't think a lot of them were great players. So if they go out and ball, good for them.
yeah. Same for Reed too. I mean, he's one of the best free agent pickups we had for over the last decade. All
Oh,
best of luck to him. Even though I was kind of hating on him after he said like, "Yeah, I'm out, bro,"
yeah, I was
and then
hating
he
on him after
tweeted,
that, but it is true. He did hold it down for us. So
yeah, and then he tweeted like, "Thank you to Jets fans." I mean, I appreciate
yeah,
that.
that was a good post by him.
Yeah, I like seeing him ball out.
So far from obviously we're on day 2 right now, so a
Hmm.
lot can still happen. But for your recap of day 1, day 2, what would be the biggest player you think so far that the Jets missed out on that you wish you would have went in on?
Biggest player well to me all the players that I thought we should have signed already got signed. Like
Mm-hmm.
for example, just to say Jawan Johnson, he
Yep,
just signed like a pretty big contract.
that
I
was
don't know how.
yeah.
I don't know how the Saints. I'm telling you, I don't know how the Saints managed to pay money with all this dead cap. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Johnson got 3 years, 30 mil,
Yeah,
and they just signed Justin Reed.
and don't forget Chase Young too.
Oh, yeah, 3 year, 57.
50.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like it's
I
around
think
like 16,
yeah,
15
yeah,
year
yeah, yeah.
per year.
No,
But
yeah,
I
they
don't know
blew
how
up
they do it.
today.
Yeah, but what's another one? Obviously, I think a player we definitely need was a wide receiver. All the ones I had down got signed. Let me think. De'Ami Brown to the Jaguars.
Yeah, they got a pretty good steal, right?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm trying to think. Just now, literally before minutes before the episode, Demarcus Robinson.
Yep. What was it? 2 year, 8. And
Yeah,
then
something like that. And then I can't think of none to come to my head. Like basically all the ones I had written down
yeah, all
gone.
the ones we talked about last episode, they're all gone
Yeah,
already.
yeah. I still have some written down too. People could possibly uh, I believe by tomorrow we could sign Brandon Cooks
Mm-hmm.
as a wide receiver too.
I mean, at this point, I might.
He's
For
old though.
me, we talked about it a little bit before we started recording, but the Nick Westbrook from he was on the Titans, right?
Yeah,
I was saying, coming off a career year, 9 TDs, and what they got him for 3 mil a year.
cheap.
That just seems like something. That's why I'm saying I'm in the hope of we have something going on behind the scenes. Because if you telling me we couldn't even pay 3 mil a year for someone who had 9 TDs coming off his career year, and we couldn't even throw 4 to 5 to 6 mil at maybe DeAndre Hopkins just as a core piece, just as a veteran presence in the like. our receiver room right now, you're looking at Garrett Wilson, Xavier Gipson, and Malachi Corley. Like, no disrespect to Corley. I think I think he has a chance to, show out. And no disrespect to Xavier Gipson, but like we said last episode, he really hasn't proven, to be a true receiver
Yeah.
two or even receiver three yet. So I do think we have to, hopefully we have something going on behind the scenes. Even maybe by tonight we have a trade intact or just a receiver piece to add. Because, you bring in a quarterback, but all we have is, Garrett Wilson right now.
Yeah. I mean, we still got Lazard, but we know he's not gonna.
You know, I we have him in trade, or we let him engage in trade talks, but I haven't heard anything about that.
Yeah. Mm, what do I think about it? Person we should sign is definitely Tim Patrick.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. I mean, he played with Glenn.
I
He
just saw I saw it last night because I was thinking about that yesterday, where I was like, why didn't we jump on it right away? I did see how I think as of last night, it said we were in talks with him, but it said also 3 to 4 more teams joined talks like midday yesterday.
for Tim Patrick.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's why I'm kind of curious of. I hope it's not one of those things where it turns into a bidding war, but I also don't think he's.
Oh yeah. About one of our free agent pickups, Tony Adams, 1 year, 3.2 million. He's a solid safety. He's not. He's actually pretty good in my opinion. Like I
really
wanted to bring
like
him
that
back.
pickup, or I guess
Yeah.
resigning.
Yeah. Is he gonna? You think it's gonna be the starter next year, or I think we might. I think we might. He's gonna be a starter, but we're gonna draft probably
Yeah, I was
someone
gonna say.
a
I think we're
safety.
gonna. I mean, my hope at least. You can't run it next because now that we just lost Davis too, you can't just run it
Hmm.
into next season with Cisco and then Tony Adams as our only two safeties. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we need that.
Like I think we'll definitely draft someone, but I will say with the current spot our team stands in, like I think I made a post today on my Jets account about it with our current roster. I had us having basically 5 holes as of now, like 5 technical holes. I
Mhm.
had obviously receiver two, right tackle, tight end, an extra defensive tackle, and then a strong safety. So I
Hmm.
do think with the way this upcoming draft is, I do think it's pretty, strong towards the front of it. So I do think in the draft you could probably fill 3 of those out. I mean, you could definitely get a solid right tackle. We could start. I think you could get a decent receiver too, and you could probably get a bridge safety who could play. But in terms of D tackle, and I especially tight end, unless we're gonna draft Warren at 7.
All right. So we also signed re-signed Irv Charles, special teamer wide receiver, and Xavier Newman, backup guard. What do
Hmm.
you think about that?
I I was kind of texting you about this, I think, last night.
Mhm.
I like the Newman one, obviously. I don't think he's the caliber to be a starting, offensive lineman yet, but I do think it's a good, it's all about depth in the NFL. We see injuries so much. So I do think he's a good piece of, to have in the locker room, like I said, and he's just a good part to have in terms of depth, you know what I'm saying? Where, like, if he did have to go in for a couple snaps or a game, I do trust him, but not to be a 16, 17 game starter. And then we've kind of talked about this with Herb Charles. I think it's great bringing him back. He's one of the best special teams players we've had, and he is that great locker room presence. All the players I've seen tweet about him, talk about him, always say he's a great teammate, he's a great person. So I think that's a great piece to bring back to the team. And our special team, I think it does help special teams a lot too.
Yeah,
What
definitely.
do you think about all of it?
I mean, Irv Charles, like obviously we lost a hard last season, our best special teamer. So having Irv Charles like a great special teamer again, it makes a huge impact for our special teams. Even though do you think we struggled last year on special teams?
Yeah, he struggled with penalties.
No, I mean
That
like
was, that
the
was
special teams in general. Like you think we
oh,
struggled?
our whole yeah. I would say. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, all I
I
remember is
feel, I feel like we did in terms of previous years. I feel like we struggled more last year than I
yeah,
remember.
definitely. The only thing I remember when it comes to special teams I believe it was a Miami game. Like we had just kicked the field goal to take the lead. It was like 30 seconds left. All we gotta do is stop them. Then like the kick return gets like 40, 50 yards, and they end up getting a field goal tie the game. Like
Said it. I do remember that. Yeah.
yeah, moments
I
like
would
that.
say I think our coverage, like our special teams coverage, like on punt and kickoff, was pretty bad last year.
Yeah.
So I do think someone like Herb Charles definitely coming back will help.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think those are both pretty big pieces. But like I said, I hope something is going on behind the scenes right now because we can't I don't think we're at a spot in our roster right now to be confident just going into the draft, being like, okay, these are the 5 holes we need to fill. Like, I would be a little more confident if I saw us make a decently sized move in the next couple days or weeks, and then going in the draft, I know for sure we only need like 3 or 4, key spots.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Like I say, he did struggle with little penalties. He was killing people in the special teams. Not gonna lie, but obviously he's like you said, a great locker room guy.
Yep.
Mm. Who else do you have on free agency? I believe that's it, right?
That's all we've signed so far up until today, up until 8:14 p.m. That's all we've
Yeah.
got.
We probably signed someone right now and we wouldn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I also want to talk about everyone we lost and what do you think of the impact. First,
Oh,
I want
yeah.
to start with the most obvious, DJ Reed.
I think that there's no, even as Jet fans, if you dislike them towards the end of the thing, you have to admit, it is going to hurt. He was one of, you could argue last year he had a better year than Sauce, so
Mm-hmm.
he was one of our best corners. He made it easier to the fact of, okay, we have this all-pro corner and Sauce, but we're not just going to target your other corner because DJ Reed was pretty close to him. So I think in terms of all the guys we've lost so far, he will have the biggest impact.
Definitely. And another impact I thought was Morgan Moses to the Patriots.
Yeah, that one stunk.
Yeah, I heard.
Why do all these dudes have to leave and go in in the AFC East? Like, why can't they just leave, bro?
Go to any other. Even with the Chiefs, I'll be fine for like.
Like, I saw Morgan Moses, he's getting older. I was like, all right, maybe our team didn't do so good last year. If you want to go somewhere and win, I understand.
Yeah.
But you're going to a spot where you could argue us and the Patriots, we're up in the air right now where we could be good next year. We could, they're, they have the young quarterback set up in Drake May.
Mm-hmm.
They have, I've had this written down. They've made a lot of good moves so far, in my opinion. So I do think they're building in the right direction, which is scary for us. But for someone like Morgan Moses like that, who was vocal about coming back, that kind of stung to see him go to the Patriots.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, the Patriots, they made huge. I believe spent over like $100 million already just in free agency.
They spent like $125 million yesterday alone.
That's insane.
What was the D lineman for the Eagles? Milton.
Yeah, Williams.
Mm-hmm. That was a big one.
That was the biggest
Carlton
Patriots
Davis,
contract.
Which we got, of course, they got him.
Yeah, but he wanted like big money, like.
Yeah, no, I will say, yeah, we couldn't afford him. So
Yeah.
that one, I'm pretty sure we were in on Carlton Davis. That was just a situation we strictly couldn't afford the dude. So
yeah, $20 million per year for his age is a little questionable.
yeah, and needs inconsistency to stay healthy.
Yeah, they also signed what's his name? The edge rusher from Tennessee. He played with Vrabel.
I can't say it. Doesn't he have kind of a weird last name?
No, I don't think so. It's like a white last name. He's a Pro Bowler. He's like a 2-time Pro Bowler, first team All Pro.
I think I had it in my notes.
Wait, let me see. Hey, can Landry.
Oh yeah.
Oh, your camera turned off.
Okay.
Yeah, Landry. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a really good edge rusher. They signed to like a 40-year, 3 years, I think. Like 10.
I had that written down before this. I've been posting it all through the day of since we're not making moves today. It is kind of concerning. Like even the Dolphins have made, I think they added 2 or 3 O linemen to, their O line was pretty bad last year, so they're obviously addressing their needs. And then even the Patriots, if you talk about AFC East, they're winning it out of our 4 teams right now. In terms of offseason, they are hitting everything they need to. And then I just saw the report today that there's a chance they might get Cooper Kupp now. That would be horrible for us, but I'm really hoping some other team could outbid them because I do not want to see Cooper Kupp in our division.
Yeah, please. Oh my God. I think we might get Cooper Kupp maybe because I believe by tomorrow that's when he gets released.
Yeah, no,
he's allowed.
All those dudes officially get released tomorrow. I think it's at 3.
Yeah.
So then I think we'll see a lot more. Yeah, we'll see a lot more news about all that stuff. I mean, I would love it.
He's injury prone. Don't get me wrong. But we like I said, we could sign another receiver just in case he gets hurt.
That's what I'm saying is I don't I see a bunch of people, especially Jet fans right now on Twitter, where it's like this idea of being all in on one receiver. Like our receiver room is not built like that right now, where you could just go all in on like a receiver too either. You know what I'm saying? We're like some of these receivers in free agency, where it's like, well, I'm not just gonna overpay on one receiver too, and then that's my receiver room. Like I would rather get depth, like I'm talking about, where it's okay. We have Garrett Wilson, but is there a way we could go get two receivers right now who are like maybe one's a little better than the other, but like kind of that receiver two, receiver three mix, you know what I'm saying? Where they could give you 500, 600 yards in a season, maybe 4 or 5 TDs.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Robinson, like I said, Robinson, I think he would be a perfect fit for us. He would have been.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna make a splash on him today, but
Yeah.
once it got past like 3 and I didn't see us sign anyone, I was like I said, just that idea. I hope something's going on behind the scenes. I'm gonna put the
I hope so.
benefits out in the new coaching staff and the new GM. You know, I'm gonna hope they have this figured out because you know, you come into a team that was 5-12. We haven't made the playoffs in 14 years. This is not a time to just sit back. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Maybe, like I said, maybe the Olave trade's going in. Like,
Mhm.
who knows? Who knows while we're talking is going through right now.
Yeah, they could be on the phone right now with multiple teams. You don't
Yeah.
know.
But my personal trade, like, if we really were to trade for Olave, I believe it'll be because he had a few injury problems this year,
Yeah.
concussions. So maybe I give a 4th-round pick for him,
Mm.
and then Al Lazard.
I would not give up anything higher than a 4th-round pick.
Yeah, because we just got a 3rd-round back for the Devontae trade because we need that. But we could send Lazard to the Saints. They could deal with his contract. We get they get a 4th-round pick, and then maybe get a 6th or 7th out of it.
That's what I'm saying. I think that's a fair trade.
Yeah, that's
I
I think it's a
if
fair
we're
trade.
being honest, Lazard's not like everyone's talking about Lazard like he's some bum now. Like his hands, weren't the best, but he was still a solid receiver for us. And I
Mhm.
still think he has solid receiver play left in his career.
Yeah,
Now,
like I
do I
said,
want him to come back to the Jets? No, but if it's end case scenario and we don't have a receiver too, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just run it out there with Garrett Wilson, like I was saying.
yeah. But yeah, like you said, drop problems. Like
Mhm.
believe me, I was screaming at the TV every time I see him drop like a wide open pass. Like, dude, like the problem is like he catches with his body a lot.
Yeah, he catches with his chest.
Like you're a receiver, you should know like to catch with your hands.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know
But then,
that.
like, he'll drop like the most routine pass, and then 2 plays later, he'll have like a one-hand catch on the side.
Oh yeah,
Like
the most
it was
like
so
impossible
bipolar.
touchdown.
That's really all it was watching him. It's just so bipolar. It's like there's times where I'm like, yo, he was low-key one of the best receivers on our teams, and there's times where I'm like, you shouldn't even be on the field right now.
Exactly. Like I remember the Buffalo game, he was dropping passes. Then like a few plays later, catches a Hail Mary,
Mm-hmm.
and then
and then it's like, how am I supposed to be mad about that?
yeah, and I believe I forgot how the catch was. Like the defender was all over him. Aaron like kind of threw it like in front of him, but like next to the corner. He was like paying attention because like he assumed he wasn't gonna catch it. Then he just caught it like what I'm talking about, right?
Oh yeah, on the side of his body.
Yeah, something like that.
That's what I'm saying is he would have those catches where I'm like, okay, he still has it, but then you would go drop a routine slant over the middle, and I'm like,
Like that's something you
that
do every
was
single
the
day.
biggest last year, but yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think
All right.
obviously, it's only day 2 of all this, and everything's official tomorrow. So I think tomorrow, in terms of intensity of trades and free agency signings, will be a lot more than it was today. But I do really hope either some point tonight we at least get a clear idea of like what's going on behind the scenes. Because for there to like I'm all for like I think a lot of the Jet stuff in the past was way too vocal and like. A lot of the inside stuff should not be this, open to the fans of like every move we're making. Like a lot of the stuff, in the free agency with like, with Joe Douglas would be leaked. So I think at least this part is pretty nice where it's like, we really don't know what they're doing. But it's also that like counter side of it where it's like, okay, we're going through a full day now and like, we have a lot of holes that need to be filled and we have no idea what we're doing. And it's that like, I know we're going to sign people, but a lot of these top names are slowly trickling off the board, and it's like you got to jump in eventually, or we're going to be stuck with the bottom of the pack.
Definitely. Back to people we lost. We just mentioned earlier Javon Kinlaw with that huge contract.
Hey, best of luck to him.
Best of luck, yeah.
I don't think it hurts us personally, but best of luck to him.
Yeah. And same for Reddick. Doesn't really hurt us at all.
like I said, doesn't hurt us at all. Best of luck to them.
Yeah.
It was cool to have him for a little bit. I wish Reddick worked out, and I was rooting for Kinlaw, but neither of them worked out for us. So best of luck with their new team.
Yeah. Almost forgot about him. Solomon Thomas. He goes to Dallas.
Yeah, I think he had a little impact. Like there were plays, it was kind of like flashes where I was like, he definitely made an impact sometimes, but I don't think it was really anything where it's like in terms of a dude, obviously, like he was a great teammate, a great man, from like all the things I've heard. So like that part, we'll miss that. But like in terms of play, I don't think those three really. I don't think were hurt. It's just obviously we have to bring in depth now because we're just losing numbers. That's all it is.
Yeah, definitely. Back to free. So before we end it, I want to talk about like people like we should definitely sign. We mentioned earlier Brandon Cooks. He's getting old. Amari Cooper.
Because I think we can get Brandon Cooks for cheap. I think Amari Cooper can also be Amari Cooper. I think we could get for like a 2-year, because he's kind of at that point of career where, like you just went to the Bills for a year, didn't work out. So it's kind of trying to find that bridge of maybe a team that will work, maybe not, maybe a team that you show out on. So I think he's probably looking for that 2-year range, which I do think we could get on the shorter end. But yeah, Brandon Cooks and Amari Cooper I think would be nice. I'm trying to think of other receivers still available. A lot of them went today.
Mm-hmm.
I know the defensive tackle, I had Tomlinson.
Oh, from the Browns, right?
Yeah, I think he's still available.
Yeah, he should be.
That's someone I think we could get relatively cheap, who I think would actually add importance to our D-line. But tight end, I mean, Jawan Johnson was really the only one I could think of that we talked about, and now he's gone. So now I did see we're still in talks with Conklin, so I do think this maybe increases the chance of Conklin coming back. But yeah, in terms of, safety, I thought we could maybe get Reed or Holland. They're both gone. So there's definitely still some like decently big names that aren't just rolling to my head right now. But
yeah, I got a few names.
I think tomorrow, or even tonight when we're done recording, I just hope to see we have a move made, or like at least a vision of what our plan is.
Yeah, totally. I also had Evan Ingram, but actually, to me, I was like, I kind of doubt it if Ingram will come to Jets.
The Chargers tomorrow.
Yeah, and he's playing in New York too, so I don't think he will want to come back.
Yeah, no, I don't think he's gonna come to us, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I gotta say his last name. Hold up. From Detroit, Levy I'm gonna say it's wrong.
Yeah, I know the weird
Onu something. You know what I'm talking about. Onu Zuiki. I don't know.
Yeah.
He didn't have too many sacks, but he was known for like applying a lot of pressure to the quarterback, which is something we definitely need.
Definitely use that. So, that would be a valuable piece too. I just don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand. Like, with how quiet today was, especially on the Jets aspect. Like, I don't understand where our vision is right now. But, like I said, I'm gonna give Glenn and Moogie the benefit of the doubt. Hopefully, they have something brewing up, because if we see a monster trade or something to add a valuable piece, all the other stuff kind of takes care of itself.
Yeah, don't be surprised.
That's what I'm saying.
I promise you. So I wouldn't be surprised if tonight, right now, like when we end the video, I look at my phone and I see Chris Olave to the Jets. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
4th round pick or something.
Oh yeah.
Don't be shocked.
Yeah.
By the time we record the next episode, I think the Jets could be in on a big trade.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Definitely. That's all I gotta say. Hopefully
that's
Chris Olave.
Free agency thoughts. As we know, time will tell. We could be wrong. They could just be sitting back right now and we could be screwed. Or other side of it, hopefully we got something brewing up. So
yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, Chris Olave, you're seeing this. Please come to Jets. Reunite the Ohio State trio.
The Ohio State trio. Make the playoffs. Break the curse. What else can you ask for?
If the Knicks can do the Villanova, we can do the Jets. What is it? The New York Buckeyes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all I gotta say. This is the New Era Jets. We'll see you next episode. Peace.